All right, let's go ahead and look at how this would go on a graph. So interesting to notice here, we're just saying that this line right here is f of x. And since we actually talked about graphing lines before, I just wonder, can we come up with the equation of that line just for fun? How would you if you saw a line, how would you come up with the equation of the line? Thinking about the slope and the y-intercept, right? So what is the y-intercept? And does anybody know what the slope is? Let's see, we're going down, it's definitely negative. We go down 1 over 3, negative 1/3, negative 1/3 x plus 2. So that would be the line. They didn't actually give us the equation of the line, but just fun fact. Now we're saying f of x is less than or equal to 1. So that means that we would be solving essentially negative 1/3 x plus 2 is less than or equal to 1. We could go ahead and solve that, but when we solve it graphically, we're actually finding their point of intersection on the graph. We want to know, when is this line less than or equal to 1? So here you have y equals 1, and so when is this line, f of x, less than this line? Down here, right? So what would be our solution? Well, x here is equal to 6, so that would mean that when x is greater than or equal to 6, our line f of x is less than or equal to 1. So what we do first is if you're wanting to solve these graphically, you start by graphing, you have here your line here, f of x. You might put that into Desmos. If they gave you the equation, you could put the equation into Desmos and you would get this line. Then you can graph the line y equals 1, and that's going to be this horizontal line. And if you do it in different colors, it can be helpful. That's why it's nice when you graph two different lines in Desmos. It gives you different colors too. Okay, and then we want to notice when we see, oh wait, and this all shifted now. This is a different one. Comments. It can be really helpful to graph in different colors. So here we have the point y equals 1, and then here we're seeing that this is where f of x is less than or equal to. So actually I said, because I'm looking at, oh, I see, I was looking at the y-axis instead of, here it is, y. So we can see that for x is greater than or equal to 3, that's when we're below the line. Because we want to see when f of x is below or less than y equals 1. Anyway, does this kind of make sense how we see this on the graph? I think if we look at some other examples, and go ahead and try on your next one. This one actually kind of works it out for you as well. So try the next few examples and see where you can come up with that, and let's see what questions come up.